Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. My name is Jim Greenwood, and I'm the president and CEO of Bio. And I want you to know I was so eager to be here that I sat in an airplane on the D.C. tarmac for 5 hours just for the privilege of being here. So Bio is the largest biotechnology trade and advocacy organization on the planet, representing more than 1,000 biotech companies and organizations from 30 countries. This is a special year for us at Bio. It's our 25th anniversary, and we are delighted to be celebrating the milestone here in the Boston Biotech Hub, where so much of our industry's history has been made. From June 4th to June 7th, the biotech community will converge here in the Boston Convention Center for the world's largest annual biotechnology convention. Bio 2018 is expected to attract more than 16,000 attendees. Bob tells me it's going to be 17 or 18,000, and I'm going to hold him to it, and 1,800 exhibitors from 74 countries across the globe. We expect our convention to generate more than $33 million for the Boston economy, Mayor. Hear that?
Like I heard you.
You heard me. All right. That's why he's here. It's been 6 years since Bio held our convention here in Boston, but we had to come back for our silver anniversary. This year's convention will facilitate more than 45,000 business-to-business meetings over 4 days. And that's a Bio record. In fact, we're going to try to make it into the Guinness Book of World Records. We are officially sanctioned competition. The whole world is waiting to see whether we make that book. It's the most efficient way to do business in the biotech industry. It's like speed dating for business, where companies and university academic centers can find partners or financing. We're also going to be celebrating our industry's history makers. Here in Boston, Bio will award the first ever Henry A. Termeer Biotechnology Visionary Award. This new annual award instantly becomes one of Bio's highest honors. Former Genzyme CEO, who passed away last month, was a giant in our industry and a friend of mine. Henry helped conceive the business model for incentivizing orphan drug research. That work has led to the commercialization of more than 500 breakthroughs for rare diseases. Dutch by birth but Bostonian by choice, the magnitude of Henry's intellect was matched only by the size of his heart. Henry once said, "It's our responsibility to do what seems impossible if we can make a difference for patients." I can't think of a better credo for an industry pioneering new frontiers in modern medicine that were unimaginable just a decade ago. In that same spirit, Bio's current chairman is another Bostonian, going where no scientist or CEO has gone before. It's fitting that in our 25th year, the Bio board is led by John Maraganore, who wanted to be here this morning but could not. His company, Alnylam, is on the verge of commercializing an entire new class of drugs based on RNA interference, a breakthrough in our understanding of how genes are regulated in cells. Chairman Maraganore will give an address on June 6th outlining his priorities for our organization and his vision for our industry. On Tuesday morning, June 5th, at our opening plenary, our keynote speaker will be Good Morning America host and patient advocate Robin Roberts. I'll be interviewing her. I've read her book. She's a gem of a human being. I'm sure you're all familiar with her. And we're also looking into having, she was a big advocate, is a big advocate for a donor for bone marrow transplants. And we're thinking about having a place where people can have their cheek swabbed and see if, and then get in the registry for future patients who might need their marrow. She will share her moving story of overcoming breast cancer and a rare bone marrow disorder in a span of just 5 years. And she'll talk about her decision to go public with both of her diagnoses to inspire others not to lose hope and to motivate Americans to consider donating bone marrow. Also next month, Bio will put a spotlight on America's opioid crisis. Any long-term solution to this deepening national emergency requires the biopharmaceutical industry to help innovate our way out of the darkness. We'll hear from top industry voices who are researching and commercializing non-addictive painkillers, as well as medicines that can turn off cravings in the brains of addicts. Our keynote speaker, whom I will interview on Wednesday, will be movie director Rob Reiner. He will discuss what he called his most personal film, Being Charlie, based on his own family's struggle with addiction. I just saw the movie a couple nights ago. It's quite poignant. This year, Bio Convention has 19 educational tracks, including, for the first time, an opioid track. This will be the first year we've had tracks to explore gene editing, corporate best practices, and the growing field of One Health, which are collaborations to achieve the best health for people, animals, and for the environment. We'll host a fireside chat with FDA Commissioner Scott Gottlieb. We'll hear from the CEO of the Gates Foundation, and we'll host a Bio-China Summit on our opening day. It will explore the policy moves being made in Beijing as the country shifts to a more innovation-based economy. And last but not least, I should mention that Wednesday, June 6th is Student Day, where we're inviting students to visit the convention exhibit hall for free. So that's a wrap-up of what Bio 2018 holds in store. I'd now like to turn the focus to what's happening right here in the local biotech sector. This state has seen a 40% growth in biotech R&D over the last decade. Massachusetts companies now account for 9% of the global pharmaceutical pipeline. Most of this is happening in the Boston-Cambridge hub. Attendees from across the world can learn a lot about what an elite biotech hub looks like by touring the Massachusetts ecosystem. And that's why Bio is partnering with the Massachusetts Office of International Trade and Investment to offer 9 separate tours of this world-class biotech hub. It's really a remarkable story of growth and innovation that has been achieved here. And now for our first speaker, someone who knows all about it, Mayor Martin J. Marty Walsh. Mayor Marty Walsh's vision of thriving, healthy, innovative Boston has helped transform this city into an elite global hub for biotech. This mission is personal for the mayor. As a survivor of Burkitt lymphoma, thanks to the extraordinary care he received at Boston Children's Hospital and Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. So, Mayor, thank you for hosting Bio as we mark 25 years of progress in the biotech industry. The Honorable Mayor Walsh. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jim. And I want to thank Bobby Coughlin as well, my former colleague in the House of Representatives, who's done an incredible job in this area. Renee Conley, you're going to hear from Renee in a few minutes, and Travis McCready, thank you very much as well. I also want to introduce a couple other people. John Barrows, the Chief of Economic Development for the City of Boston, is with us today. I want to thank John and his shop and what they've been able to do. The incredible, as you look outside, see all the cranes and all the buildings and the companies coming to our city. John and his team have done an amazing job. City Councilor Ed Flynn is here with us. Thank you, Ed, as well for being here today. And I want to thank Freddie Peterson and everyone here at the Convention Center for hosting us this morning. As you heard, the theme of the Bio Convention this year is making history. We're proud to host the conference here in Boston, a city that's known for making history. Boston created America's first public schools and public libraries, where the first successful organ transplant happened here. We're home to world-class hospitals like the one, as was mentioned, as Jim mentioned, that saved my life when I was diagnosed with cancer as a child. We're a diverse city. We're a city that's proud of our immigrants. A quarter of our graduates and grad students, 1/3 of our residents and labor force, and 2/3 of our medical and life scientists are foreign-born. We know when we work together, we can get things done together, and that's something that's really important in the city of Boston. Today, one of our greatest frontiers is biotechnology. We've been the #1 city for NIH funding for 23 straight years. Together with Cambridge, Somerville, Quincy, and Braintree, we are a proud member of the Life Science Corridor. Linked together by the Red Line on our country's first subway system, we represent the largest cluster of biotech companies here in the world. Our biotech industry reflects a culture of innovation right here in the city of Boston. These companies are investing in homegrown talent. They're bringing training and resources to our schools and our neighborhoods, and they're inspiring the next generation of young Bostonians to dream even bigger. We're even opening in September the first new high school in over 30 years in the city of Boston, the Dearborn STEM Academy in Roxbury. This is an exciting time for Boston's biotech industry. We're excited for the Bio Convention to make history here in just a few short weeks in this very building. The 25th anniversary of the Biotech Convention will reflect on 25 years of progress and breakthroughs. And I was just saying to Bobby Coughlin, it's amazing all of the breakthroughs we've made in the last 25 years and what's going to happen here in this city in a couple of weeks and what's going to come of that is really, really exciting. It's shaping up to be one of the most powerful conversations yet. We're even hoping to break a world record, and I think we will break the world record. And if you need to get people, we'll find them. Salty's right here. We'll bring them over from Salty. We'll bring them in. There are a bunch of scientists in Salty. Right, Eddie? We have scientists over there, so we'll bring them all in. But we're also, the Biotech Convention will generate a lot of money for the economy, both for Boston and for the state. It will highlight our local status. Bio is organizing tours in Boston and throughout the life science corridor, so when the guests come here, they're really going to be able to see what's happening in the city. And we're proud that this year's convention will spotlight the issues that are very important to us, including opioid crisis and patient care. Bio will kick off a spectacular week in our city. It's the beginning of a lot of excitement in our city. In the days following Bio, we're also going to host an international climate summit here in the city of Boston. We have mayors coming from all over the world that will be coming to Boston. And a couple of days later, we'll be welcoming leaders from all over the country for the 86th Annual U.S. Conference of Mayors Convention here in the city of Boston. Boston's a proud city, and we're proud of what we're doing here in Boston. We're a city that works hard, leads with its values, and never stops exploring. I want to thank Bio for being such a great partner in this work and for bringing the convention to Boston once again. And I think back to, as I was sitting here with Bobby, I was thinking back to, I think it was 2002, we were state representatives and we were doing legislation at the State House, and we were doing the life science legislation. And I don't know at that point if we could ever imagined the impact that legislation would have on our city and our country. And I'm proud to say that as legislators, we were part of that law. And it's great to see the benefits of what we did in the legislature many, many years ago. So again, I want to thank you all for coming. I want to thank the press for being here today. And I'm going to turn the microphone back over to Jim.
Thank you, Mayor. Well, you'd be hard-pressed to find an advocate who is more tireless or more passionate about biotechnology than Bob Coughlin, President and CEO of MassBio. Our staff at Bio works closely with Bob to advance Massachusetts' leadership in the life sciences and to improve patients' lives. Bob fought to bring our convention to Boston for Bio's silver anniversary, and as usual, he prevailed. Thanks for your leadership and your advocacy, Bob Coughlin.
Thanks, Jim. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Jim. And thank you, Mr. Mayor. And thank you, Renee and Travis, and all of you for being here. This is amazing. This is a wonderful, wonderful day. It's a day to celebrate. And on behalf of Chairman of the MassBio Board, David Lucchino, who's here with us, and all of the members of the steering committee, we're thrilled. We're completely and utterly thrilled to have Bio back in Massachusetts. When we advocated for it, Jim, I forgot how much work it was. But we're excited. There's no better place to have the anniversary, the 25th anniversary of Bio in the Bio Convention here in Massachusetts. You know, we are known as the #1 cluster in the world for this industry. And that did not happen by accident. 10 years ago, we had a good concentration of hospitals, universities, talent, and industry, but then government became our partner in Massachusetts with the $1 billion Life Science Initiative, which made us the clear leader worldwide. 18 of the top 20 biggest pharmaceutical companies now have a physical presence here in Massachusetts. Approximately 11 million square feet of commercial lab space has been added in the last decade, and 5 of the top 6 NIH-funded hospitals are right here in Massachusetts. Now, Bio returning to Massachusetts is a chance to celebrate what's possible in our state. We're calling it Massachusetts the state of possible. And when we think about breakthrough therapies 10 years ago that we didn't think were possible, that are now possible today, that's what we're going to celebrate at this convention. It's also a chance to celebrate the unbelievable talent in our state, a workforce that's growing rapidly, evidenced by the MassBio Ed report that was announced today on workforce development. Together, MassBio and the MassBio Ed Foundation, working with our partners at Bio, are working to ensure that we can continue to meet our industry's workforce demands. And that means looking at the entire talent pool, regardless of race, gender, ethnicity, or sexual orientation. We are so proud to be inclusive here in Massachusetts because it's going to take the best and brightest people from here and all over the world to solve unmet medical need. And that's what's possible, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what we're going to celebrate at the Boston Bio International Convention in June. So thank you very much for being here, and I'm going to turn it back to Jim.
Thank you, Bob. So biotechnology not only creates hope for patients and more time with loved ones, our industry also creates jobs, as Bob was just talking about, and so is the mayor. High-skilled, high-paying 21st century jobs. Our next speaker is Renee Connolly. She chairs the MassBio Education Foundation. Today, she's here to release the organization's Biotech Job Trends Report. This is brand new data being publicly released for the first time. Renee, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, everybody. And I am as thrilled to be here as Bob is. We are so fortunate to have you in our corner, Bob, for the many things you advocate for. So thank you, and thank you, Travis, as well. You know, my day job is the head of communications and corporate responsibility at a wonderful life science organization called Millipore Sigma. We employ 2,700 people here, and we have people that are in supply chain, engineers, scientists, researchers. And I love that job, but I really love being the chairwoman of the MassBio Ed Foundation because, as the mayor said, inspiring the next generation of our population and workforce is really what we're here to do. And this state is so appropriately poised to do that. You know, with that background, you can see that we fortunately have what a PR person calls a good news day. And a good news story is about the fact that based on the third annual MassBio Ed annual forecast, if we look ahead, according to the forecast, we project employment growth to reach almost 12,000 new workers between May 2017 and May 2013. This does cause a bit of a dilemma. The growth also shows that this comes with high demand for talent. And in the forecast, you'll see that it takes time to find and recruit these individuals. In fact, the annual MassBio Ed Industry Employer Survey said that 2/3 of those polled that it took them on average a minimum of 2.5 months to fill an opening. About 1/3 said it took more than 90 days, while the national average is about 1 month. So you see that this is at least one critical impediment to keeping pace with the growth of the Massachusetts life science industry. And also some other key findings that we saw. Industry job listings in 2017 were the second highest on record with over 28,000 openings, 16,000 of those in the STEM and technology area. Industry employment in the state crossed 70,000, with an industry growing at double the rate of the economy since 2014. And 83% of life science companies reported plans to expand their headcount in the next 12 months. A number of other key data points exist in the forecast, and I mean, if that's not enough to tell you that Massachusetts is the state of possible, as Bob referred to it, I don't know what is. You know, we believe that through this challenge, if any state can overcome it, we can. We have wonderful academic universities, we have wonderful hospitals, and we have the support of a very wonderful government. I see Jay Ash is here, and of course the mayor, and I know the governor. I was here last evening for the Chamber of Commerce with Governor Baker here, and we had 1,700 people, so I can assure you that there's a lot of appetite in this state to support this growing life science business. We found the MassBio Ed Foundation provides the foundation of this effort, but it's going to take the continued collaboration with government, industry, and academia to ensure that we are well equipped to recruit and retain talent well beyond today and 2023. I assure you we are not resting on our laurels as a community. We are working on this issue constantly. In fact, this will be the topic of a full-day discussion on Friday. And here to tell you a little bit more about that is Travis McCready, President and CEO of the Life Science Center. Thank you so much, everyone.
I don't want them to get mixed up as to who Travis is.
Yeah, so I am Travis, and you're about to get exposed to the back line of Massachusetts state government. I'm with the Massachusetts Life Sciences Center, a $1 billion public-private partnership that invests in the life sciences industry here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And there are a lot of things that we do. Among them, we invest in tax incentives to help companies grow here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and locate here. We invest in early stage and pre-seed stage companies to help cross the valley of death. But perhaps there is nothing that we are more proud of here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts that we collaborate on with industry, with Bob Coughlin and MassBio, and Dave Lucchino, chair of MassBio, with our city and local elected officials, with Mayor Walsh, with other elected officials across the entire Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and that is growth in the diversification of the workforce here in the life sciences industry. We know that only 10% of the rare diseases right now have therapies or cures that target them. We know that there is a world of discovery, notwithstanding everything that we've done in this industry. We know there is a world of discovery that still needs to take place. We cannot have anyone on the sidelines. And we, as a Commonwealth, I believe, have expressed the deepest amount of commitment and leadership that you, MassBio, I hope you will experience this in the 3 or 4 days that you're here. We have the deepest collaborative to ensure that all of our kids, everyone has the opportunity to learn and be a leader, the next great leaders in the life sciences ecosystem. Among those initiatives, we run the single largest internship program dedicated to the life sciences ecosystem here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Over 500 interns a year are placed into jobs here in the Commonwealth, and over 150 high school interns in Boston, Cambridge, Brockton, and Worcester have an opportunity to participate in this ecosystem. We have a single initiative that is invested in across the private and public sector to invest in women entrepreneurs in the life sciences, because we know that women do not have the same leadership opportunities right now in the life sciences that men have, and we've tackled this head on. So Bio, I hope you experience this. A friend of mine once said that happy people take on tough problems. We're very happy here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. We're taking things on head on. We're not just talking the talk, we're walking the walk. We're putting our money, our collaborative, and our effort towards ensuring that this ecosystem not only remains vibrant, but that this ecosystem remains open for all people to participate in going forward in the future. This is a great state. This is a great facility. Shout out to my friends at the convention center. This is a little bit of a homecoming for me. You guys are great. You're going to fulfill a fantastic event coming up here in a few weeks, and I hope everyone has a great time experiencing this ecosystem and what it has to offer. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Travis. Our next speaker is one of the most vocal champions of biotechnology in state government. As Secretary of Housing and Economic Development here in Massachusetts, Jay Ash has been a forceful advocate for investment in biomedical innovation. And he has worked hard to help this state cultivate a world-class STEM workforce so biotech companies can continue to hire, expand, and grow. Governor Baker joined Bio in San Diego at our convention last summer to announce his $500 million Life Sciences Initiative. And we're pleased to have the governor's point man on this effort here today to give us an update. Secretary Ash, the floor is yours.
Point. I've never been the point. I've been the center, but never. We don't like. Thanks, Jim. Thanks, Jim. Anyone else want a hug? Hey, everyone. What an exciting time to be in Massachusetts. #1 innovation economy in the world here in Massachusetts. We sell talent here. We sell innovation here. We sell our people here to companies around the world. In fact, I'll let you in on a little secret. I play a little game when I get calls from companies from outside of Massachusetts who want to come here. These are companies from other states, companies from other parts of the world. I play this little game. The game is how long before they mention Kendall Square or the Seaport District. And you know what? It's never less than a minute. Mayor Walsh, congratulations on what you've been able to accomplish here. To the people of Cambridge, congratulations. #1 innovation economy in the world, and within that #1 innovation economy is the #1 industry cluster in the world, life sciences here. It's such an exciting time to be part of this. I get to go around from business to business, institution to institution, research facility to research facility, and I see the amazing things that are happening. In fact, when I started this job, I was only 5'4", but now having gone through there, I'm 6'7". That's what they can do for all of us. There are things happening here that happen nowhere else in the world, and because of that, we are attracting more and more investment, but more importantly, more and more talented people. Talented people attract talented people, and the results are truly remarkable. What Governor Baker and Lieutenant Governor Polito are trying to do is to extend that #1 status even further. And the great news is that we have cooperative partners in the legislature who are working in a bipartisan spirit in order to make that happen. I want to congratulate former members of the legislature who are on the dais here. Bob Coughlin and Marty Walsh, both were state reps, both of them involved in initially overseeing the adoption of the first life sciences bill. So successful has that been that we're looking to build off it, and Governor Baker has filed a second bill. In about a half an hour, the Massachusetts House of Representatives will be debating that bill. And hopefully, by the end of today, we'll have an adopted bill in the House and off to the Senate. That's how important this industry is to Massachusetts, that legislators are coming together with the administration to support all the work that our ecosystem is doing and to advance our cause even further. It's an exciting time to be here. 16,000 people. Jim, thank you for bringing them all here.
More than that, yeah.
More than that. What's the number?
17 or 18.
17 or 18. Jim, see me when you get to 20. 16,000, 17,000, 18,000, 20,000 people coming here to not only share what they're doing at home, but to learn a little bit more about what makes it so special here. We're grateful to have Bio here. I've been a participant in Bio in other jurisdictions, and I'm looking forward to being part of the host team and know that this is going to be a special event for the attendees, but more importantly, it's going to be a special event for those who count on this industry to enjoy better lives, who count on this industry to help them take care of what their ailments may be, who count on their industry, this industry to live longer, more fruitful lives with themselves and their families. So I'm proud to be part of this. On behalf of Governor Baker and Lieutenant Governor Polito, on behalf of the Massachusetts Legislature, it's a pleasure to welcome everybody to MassBio and know that we look forward to the collaborations that will result, and will be every bit equal to the challenges that are out there. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary, and thank all of you again for coming. Registration for Bio 28 is still open, and everyone who works in the biotech sector in Boston should be here. For attendees, it's a chance to make the connections to take their business to the next level. It's a chance to be part of history by making their own. And that's why our theme this year is Make History. Finally, I should note that Bio will ring in our 25th anniversary with an unforgettable performance by the timeless Diana Ross on Wednesday night. And if Diana has one song that exemplifies the attitude of biotechnology, I think it's Ain't No Mountain High Enough. So with that, we'll take questions directed to any of us. And who might have a question? Going once. A question way back there.
So in terms of the job report, it sounds like what you're saying is that life sciences jobs are entering kind of a crunch, that they've been growing beautifully. Oh, sorry. That the life sciences jobs have been growing beautifully, but that the hiring time, the slower hiring time, is a concern, and that it could it in fact impede the growth of the sector here?
Good question. I would say that based on the results from the results of the survey, that for sure we're hearing from those leaders in the industry that it's taking them longer to fill the positions. I think, will it impede? Based on the conversation we had today, I would say no, because I think this is a community that now that we know that issue exists, that we're going to be working together extremely diligently to figure out how do we ensure that we have the trained workforce and we can consolidate that time from application to hire. So now that we have it, I think it's something that we can bring up at the MassBio board and we can work together on moving forward. But for sure, it is a watch out for us and something that we'll be looking at.
Jumping on that too. If I can jump in on that question. So Massachusetts already has the #1 educated workforce. More than 45% of our residents have a bachelor's degree. The good news is that companies are attracted to really smart people, and that's why they want to be here in Massachusetts. As companies expand, there have been vacancies in companies, and companies have been talking to us about that. MassBio, Bob Coughlin, has been a champion of the collaboration that needs to exist between the industry, government, and those who are educating today and tomorrow's workers in that field. The life sciences bill that we have filed will expand the apprenticeships that are available. Travis will tell you that we've done more than 3,500 internships, and that a large percentage of those interns end up staying in the companies that they're at. But we know that's not enough either. Governor Baker and the legislature has come together both in the life sciences bill it's working its way through and an economic development bill to provide for more money for training and equipment to help train students and adult learners so that they can continue to compete in this industry. We have a wonderful opportunity in manufacturing as well as in research to get more and more people into places where they can go into great companies like Sigma, which I've had the opportunity of visiting several times. I've been there Sigma so much that I think I'm on the company pension plan now. The legislature continues to say to us that they want to see more dollars spent in places that can effectively train to meet the challenges. And what we are seeing is that those more dollars spent to help businesses maintain that challenge are being spent in places that are in Boston, inside of 128, inside of 495, and even further out. So a challenge presented to us. We are meeting that challenge. We will continue to work with industry. We will continue to work with our colleges, with our vocational schools, and with our comprehensive high schools. And in fact, we've even started talking about what we need to do in middle schools. Pete Aber is here. Pete leads an effort on biotech education. We're talking about what we need to do in middle schools in order to get students ready for the jobs that exist today, but more importantly, the jobs that exist for tomorrow, and we'll be equal to that challenge.
Any other questions? All right. Well, we'll see you at the convention. Thanks for coming again.